And we begin with breaking news. Look at these massive flames. This is a bus, a full-size passenger bus at the Loop 202 in Priest, and it is not just on fire, but if you look to the right side, it looks like it's venting off some sort of a gas. You have a column of flames shooting out of the side of the bus. This is video from about 20 minutes ago. We don't know how this fire started. We don't know exactly what type of bus this is. But boy, look at these flames. Firefighters initially got in very close. They were putting water on the fire, but then they quickly backed off. Of course, the Priest Drive is closed in this area at the 202.
Yeah, okay, so look at the end result of this here. You can see that bus there completely destroyed there. Again, we don't know exactly what type of bus this is. This could be an ASU bus, it could be a city bus. We also do not know what happened with any passengers, or were there any passengers on that bus there. Hopefully, if there were, people were able to get off, but you can see fire crews there are inspecting the bus there. Looks like they've got a flashlight. They're trying to maybe find some clues as to how this fire started. But quite the dramatic sight there. You could see it from very far away, and now it looks like that fire is out. And thankfully, well, hopefully, we should say, anyone that was on that bus is off and they are safe.
Yeah, I mean, and we watched this as it progressed, and it started off, it was fairly engulfed in flames. But within seconds, okay, this is Sky 12 now just getting to the scene. I know they're having some issues because it's very close to Sky Harbor Airport. But within seconds, it went from a pretty good fire to, again, those columns of flames just shooting out. We suspect at this point that may have been compressed natural gas. Because, some of these buses do run on compressed gas, and that would make sense because those large gas tanks are made to vent off the excess gas when they heat up so they don't explode.
Yeah.
And so very fortunate it didn't.
I know, it looks like the situation is under control right now, but no doubt if there's any traffic in this area, it is being delayed. So again, this is happening at the Loop 202 and Priest Drive there. We're being told that there are no injuries, but again, as fire crews investigate there, we'll continue to update you as we learn more on what happened with this fire in Tempe. Well, thanks everyone for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Troy Hayden. A wild case out of Gilbert. A 13-year-old boy, yes, 13, took his mom's car for a joyride overnight, according to police. They say he was driving over 100 miles an hour and evaded officers at least 4 different times.
That's right. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is live at the Gilbert Police Headquarters with details on this chaotic chase. Gabby?
Well, Troy Caribe, that teen driver, allegedly spent his night speeding through residential neighborhoods, even going airborne at one point, according to Gilbert police. They were following him by air and on the ground, but he allegedly made it several miles before officers caught up with him.
It was crazy.
This Gilbert neighborhood woke up to flashing lights Monday morning after a police chase came to an abrupt stop on their block.
It was the driver who brought the police to my doorstep. He could have gone anywhere.
But the suspected driver, or rather his age, is what took people living here by surprise.
How does a parent not know where the 13-year-old is at night?
Gilbert police say a 13-year-old boy admitted to taking his mom's Chevy Tahoe out for a ride last night without permission. He first popped up on police radar after Mesa's air unit allegedly clocked the car going more than 80 miles per hour down residential streets near Higley and Elliott Roads. On the ground, officers unsuccessfully tried to stop the car several times. Then officers witnessed the driver allegedly back into a railing at a business near Cooper and Baseline Roads. At one point, a passenger was seen getting out of the car and running away. The teen driver eventually came to a stop in Morrison Ranch near Wrecker and Warner Roads. He initially appeared to ditch the car and hide in a backyard.
Helicopter was out. I was wondering why I kept seeing the light coming through my bedroom window, but I thought the light was kind of just flashing everywhere. I didn't know it was they're doing that because it was specific to my backyard.
The teen eventually walked back out to the car and was arrested by officers.
They were had flashlights, searching around for firearms if he dropped them, and it was so crazy they sent out a helicopter.
Neighbors here say they're thankful no one was hurt and no property was damaged.
Hard to believe it was right in front of my house, and again, such a nice neighborhood in Morrison Ranch.
Police are still looking for a possible passenger that may have been involved in this incident. Meanwhile, that teen driver was booked into the Maricopa County Juvenile Detention Center on a long list of charges, including reckless driving and excessive speeds. Live in Gilbert, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you for the report. An arrest in an 8-year-old murder case, and the victim's family says the break came from an online tip. 34-year-old Evan Paulos found dead in North Phoenix back in 2017, and since then, Phoenix police have been searching for his killer. They identified Michael Arredondo as a suspect, but then they found out he fled to Mexico. So the case was stalled until a tip came through an email address found on an online fundraiser. And Paulo's sister then sent that tip to police.
It's like being stuck in a room. It's black. You have no answers, nowhere to go, no nothing. It's just feeling empty.
So the tip was all that Phoenix police needed. They located Arredondo. Officers say he confessed to that murder, saying there was a fight before he stabbed him. Arredondo was extradited last month and now facing felony charges.
The Scottsdale Police Department is investigating several incidents that happened in the same area overnight. First, a house party, then shots fired calls, and then a chase that ended 25 minutes away.
And so far, we're told 6 people have been arrested. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono speaking to neighbors. Bianca, what do you have?
Some people who attended the party have been back in this area to pick up their cars, and they tell me they found out about the party through an advertisement on social media. Overnight Sunday, the sound of gunshots ringing out in a quiet South Scottsdale neighborhood.
It's the first any kind of incident at all.
Lori Stiegel has lived here for decades.
Hopefully the last.
Late Sunday night, she noticed more traffic than usual as a neighbor was throwing a party. An attendee telling 12 News he didn't know who was hosting it, but found out about it through a flyer on Snapchat.
Cars lined up and down the street.
Then, Robert Eglinton couldn't believe what he heard around 1:40 a.m.
I heard like pops, 4, 5, maybe 6 pops. I didn't count them. And I had a hard time believing it was gunshots.
A few houses over.
Back the intersection was just crowded with people.
Louis Trammell's wife heard the gunshots too.
And so she called the police. And I guess several other neighbors had actually called him on the same thing.
Scottsdale police showed up to the neighborhood near 70th Street and McDowell, finding no victims or bullet strikes, but locating 2 separate locations about 100 yards from the house party where shell casings were found. They then noticed a car leaving the area, so they attempted a traffic stop. Police say the driver kept going, so a pursuit was initiated. When the driver got onto the freeway, DPS picked up surveillance, ultimately stopping the car about 25 minutes northwest of the neighborhood. 6 people, 2 adults and 4 juveniles were inside. Police say they found an empty handgun and magazine in the trunk, hidden in the spare tire compartment, allegedly belonging to a 15-year-old passenger. All 6 were arrested for crimes related to the pursuit, weapon, and alcohol.
Police showed up with the big spotlights and their megaphones and everything.
Back in the neighborhood, there's still confusion amongst residents and police about what exactly happened and who fired the gunshots, hoping the chaos is over.
We've been here for so long and everything, we've never seen anything like that before.
So again, right now, Scottsdale police are treating the house party, the shots fired call, and the pursuit as 3 separate incidents. We're in Scottsdale. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Thank you, Bianca. The race for Congress in Arizona CD1 heats up today. Gina Swoboda, the chair of the Arizona Republican Party, announced she is running for that seat. She says she's been endorsed by President Trump in that primary, and that says something here in our state. The 1st District covers parts of Phoenix, Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, Fountain Hills. The seat is being vacated by Representative David Schweikert, who is running for Arizona governor.
New at 10, former Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb filed a statement of interest today to run in the Republican primary for the East Valley's 5th congressional district. 5-term Congressman Andy Biggs is giving up his seat in the state in a safe Republican district to run for governor. In 2024, Lamb lost to Carrie Lake in the GOP primary for the U.S. Senate. A statement of interest is the first step to a run. He now needs to gain signatures. Polling has shown that Lamb has a significant lead in a large primary field.
The University of Arizona rejects President Donald Trump's deal offering priority federal funding in exchange for sticking to the administration's agenda.
12 News journalist Bram Resnick tells us why U of A has joined at least a half-dozen other universities in saying no to the president's offer.
President Donald Trump had a deal for more than a dozen universities. Here's some of what he wanted from them. Protect conservative ideas. freeze tuition for 5 years, ban consideration of race or sex in hiring and admissions, restrict employees' political expression, and limit foreign student enrollment to 15%. The payoff for schools that signed on? Expanded federal funding. According to Inside Higher Ed, 13 universities received the proposal. None have accepted it. The University of Arizona is one of 7 that rejected it. U of A President Suresh Garamella told the Trump administration that linking funding to anything other than merit was a deal breaker. We have much common ground with the ideas your administration is advancing, he said. But we seek no special treatment and believe in our ability to compete on merit. The Arizona Board of Regents, governing body for the state's 3 public universities, backed the U of A's decision. But the potential financial risk of refusing the Trump offer is significant. In Arizona, state funding is as low as 9% of university budgets. Federal research funding in the hundreds of millions of dollars, plus grants and loans, is vital to the institution's survival.
That was Bram Resnick reporting for us. Arizona State University was also invited to join President Trump's compact on Friday. An ASU spokesman tells 12 News, quote, as President Trump's team seeks new and innovative approaches to serve the needs of the country, ASU is engaged in dialogue and offered ideas about how to do so.